square club face, straight swing path. So those are things that are really, very important, because when you're out here practicing, you start to see something wrong, you'll be able to kind of know what the deal is.
Okay.
Two things: swing path, club face position.
Okay.
That's where you know at least the root of your issue and how to kind of build upon that. So let's talk about fixing that swing path in just a second. I'm gonna have you try to hit a few more shots. Hit a couple more. Let's try to get that swing path kind of feeling a little more straight back. All right. If we can't kind of get it, we'll work on a drill in a minute. So let's hit a few more shots. One is going to be at the target. So this is going to be really helpful for you, because it's going to help you with your alignment. Your setup right there, you're going to have something to reference, right?
Yep.
So that's our one thing we're talking about. Your lineup is a little right, so it's going to be a good little reference point there. It's a good kind of 2-in-1 for you. So what you're doing is you're getting that in and out swing path, right? So that's kind of showing you kind of where it's exaggerated, but where your swing path might be going.
Okay.
So for you, since we're getting that overdraw or push, we want to try to get a little more straight through, right? Like we were talking about. So I'm going to put this club like this, and I want you to take some practice swings and try to make it feel like you're coming across that ball. So you have to come out and bring those hands right in. Good. So that feels exaggerated. I want you to try to really exaggerate it. Nice to not see that draw. It started right at your target. Good. Really good. All right, let's keep going. Really drive this thing home. Aiming somewhere straight down. Against Pine Needle or any of these guys, are right on that line down the left side of the fairway. The rough's not going to hurt you too much here, so you got all that space on the left. Really get around it, all right? Good, much better setup. Be confident. Imagine where this ball is going to go. There it is. That is piped with a little draw. Love it. Look at that thing roll. You said you chunk kind of a lot or get behind a little bit?
Yeah.
A lot of times it's because your weight's getting a little back. So always keep focused on that weight being forward, right? And last, your ball position. Your ball was great. A little bit more off that front toe.
Okay.
So just keep it lined up off the front toe. That's going to help you out a lot. So say those back to me real quick. What are those three things?
So the shaft lean, weight distribution, and then like 60-40 you said?
Yep.
And then keeping the ball in the front foot a little more.
Beautiful. So if we remember those three things, we can always check ourselves on them. It's pretty simple, and we can go from there. So give me one more. I like that ball position. It's great. Awesome. All right. So we want to start making the putts stop about 12 inches past the hole, if anything. But like I said, always pass the hole. So we'll work on that. I'll give you some drills in a couple minutes. But let's also talk about your setup and your ball position and whatnot. So I'm gonna have you set up again for me. Perfect. So actually now your stance is a little wider, which is good. But what I do want with your ball positioning and putt, you have the center stance here. We want to move it just a tad bit forward, so it's kind of right off your left eye.
Okay.
That's going to help you follow right through the ball.
Okay.
Also, I want your stance a little closer because we want your head right over the ball. Perfect. So a great way for you to check where your eyes are over the ball is when you're sitting up in a stance. Go ahead and set up. You're going to take a ball right here, right next to your eye.
Yep.
Drop it. See how it landed right next to the ball? Means your eyes are over the ball. So that's a good check for you if you ever need it. So let's just remember those two things in your stance. I want your ball positioning a little bit more forward, and your eyes a little bit more over the ball, okay?
All right, sounds perfect.
Wonderful. So let's roll a few more. Okay, cool. So you see how you're not also pushing it a little more now? So when you have it a little more forward in your stance, you're letting that putter face square up to the hole. Good roll. Beautiful. Okay. Big thing is we're going to take a little wider stance, right? And a lot of times we're going to have to get a little more loft on it, so we'll open up the club face a little bit, right? When you open up the club face, like we talked about with pitching, so it's going to go a little more to the right. So we got to counteract that with aiming left. So I'm going to kind of open my stance up nice and wide, a little bit left of my target. I'm going to take that ball. When it comes down to ball positioning, we want that in the front of your stance. So what you were kind of doing, you had a little bit more towards the center of your stance, center back, maybe. The more you have it in the front of your stance, the easier you're going to make that divot sweep right underneath the balls, because that's going to be very important. So we line up, ball position, off the front foot, right? A little left of the target, club face now, open, because we're going to need to pop this over the face of the bunker, right?
Yep.
So We get that club face nice and open, and now let's talk about the swing path. Almost the most important thing of it is that we have to come outwards, so we can use that bounce underneath our wedge, right? So instead of coming straight this way, if we come in or straight back with an open club face like this, it's going to be easier to lead with your heels. So if we can get that swing path outwards, we can get that club cutting across the ball. See how nice that came out?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So let's line up. That's something you can play with. Good. That was pure. Nice. Great. Let's keep hitting shots, and I'll keep making adjustments and watch you as we go.
Okay.
And then we'll move on to some shot selection a little bit. Good.